Happy Monday, everybody. I am by myself, so I'm pushing all my own buttons and doing this video. But I want to talk about foundation paper piecing because I still have a lot of you out there that have either had a bad experience, are scared to start, or had, just not sure how to start. And I do have a virtual beginning foundation paper piece class coming up. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit, and just some basics to get you less afraid of paper piecing, because I truly love it. You can do a lot of wonderful things with foundation paper piecing because it can get you a lot of fun, funky angles and designs that you can't get with just straight up piecing. So let's talk about my virtual class. What will happen is you can sign up. You're just going to join me like this through the lovely camera, and I will show you just a basic pattern using Moda Cupcake mix. And I love these. So they're just a pad of paper, and they give you kind of instructions. So you'll use this paper with some charm packs, and then you're going to sew on it, cut it apart, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you all of it because then you won't take the class. But it's pretty straightforward because I want very beginner. This is very straight line, nothing funky. Get your feet wet with paper piecing, and it will make a cute pillow like this. So just this star pattern. If you know me, you know I'm addicted to stars, so that's what I thought I'd do for this class. So it's just a quick, short intro to paper piecing, so you'll get the very basics, all right? And that's where you just need that confidence that you can do it, in the basic understanding. Some of the tools that I recommend with basic foundation paper piecing are the Add a Quarter Plus ruler. It comes in a couple different sizes, actually a couple different styles. I like the plus version, and I'll show you why. Because the plus, oh my gosh, it is Monday, plus version, there we go. It has kind of this slant to it. So what happens while you're doing some of your basic foundation paper piecing is you are folding the paper over. So this gives you that nice sharp lip to fold the paper over before you're trimming your seam allowance. Now when you take the class, I explain all of that, how that works. If you've done paper piecing, then you may understand the process I'm talking about. And maybe you haven't used the Add a Quarter, maybe you use a regular ruler, or you don't have the plus with this beveled edge. This I love. It is my game changer. I wish they did it on all of them, because there's the add an eighth, add a 3/8, and they don't come as a plus, and I really wish they did. I feel like they all should have just this beveled edge to make life just a little bit easier. There's other ways to do it, but I like having it just with the ruler all in one tool. And then of course just a basic rotary cutter. So for paper piecing, just a regular 45mm works great. You can use a regular Olfa, we have ergonomic ones, you name it, but just basic rotary cutter, Add a Quarter tool, and then your papers, all right? And you can foundation piece darn near anything. So beyond the class, we got these other ones in. Now we've had this one, the scrappy triangles, and I showed this from Quilt Market. I love this. So Layla, I'll probably mess up her name, Gardunia, created this booklet, and I love it because each paper is different. So this one, all the papers are the same because you're making the same blocks. This one, you're making them scrappy. And I did also talk about this in my Scrappy Makes Me Happy talk. And so you get a nice scrappy variety that you can then make a project out of. Pillows, jackets, bags, quilts, you name it. I love it because you can do some of the papers, you can do all of the papers. You can photocopy them, make multiples of some to turn them into more of a block. All kinds of fun things that you can do with this. You can go to our website, go to quiltingmayhem.com, and then just type in Scrappy Triangles under the search bar. This book is $16.50, and it gets you 50 pages, which I think that's a lot. And these are 6-inch finished blocks, so it'll have that seam allowance around it, get you a 6-inch finished block. But like I said, you can also copy them if you want to make, like copy one, copy it 3 more times so it gets even a bigger block of that scrappiness. You can do that kind of fun stuff. And then she came up with half rectangle. So scrappy half rectangle triangles. And these are a 3x6 finish. All right, and the same idea, you're going to have multiple different pages All right, once again, this is 100. And so to get an idea of what I'm talking about, so hopefully you can see, like, this is where copy 4, so you have 1 from the book, copy it 4 times, and you can turn it into this larger diamond, and then you fill in regular. So it's kind of a cool concept that you can start making bigger designs out of just these simple ones. And then she did tiny. So these are 3-inch finish. Oh my gosh. Talking is hard today. All right, and this is 50 of them, 50 different ones. And they're so tiny and cute. I mean, my goodness. But once again, you can do that same concept. You could make copies of these and then start putting them into different kinds of triangles or square blocks. You could even make kind of some fun flying geese out of these in star blocks. You can have a lot of fun just in general doing blocks with any of these, or you really could do a combination, because this is 3-inch finished, 6-inch finished, and 3x6. So you could do all kinds of combos of all of these into a project and have a lot of fun and use up all those scraps. So if you didn't see my Scrappy Makes Me Happy video, hop on over to our YouTube channel, and it's just Quilting Mayhem on YouTube, and find the video that says Scrappy Makes Me Happy, and I talk about lots of ways to use up your scraps, and this is just one of them. And unfortunately, this was the only one we had in stock. So these are new ones. So you, once again, just go to the website and find either Scrappy half rectangle triangles or Scrappy 3-inch, and then of course the Scrappy triangles 6-inch. And they're all on our website. And you can also find my class if you're just beginner, you want to learn before jumping into these others. Go find, you know, the Mindy's Virtual Foundation Paper Piecing Beginner, and you do get the papers and you get to pick a charm pack for your project. So we actually will supply you with what you need to get started to make it easy. So you don't have to think, you don't have to go digging through or go shopping. We'll actually get you the supplies for that class, aside from the rotary cutters and that add a quarter. That's just a suggested add-on for you guys if you don't have one already. All right, so foundation paper piecing. I know this was kind of just brief overview, because once you get the basics, then it can get crazy. And we do have classes. We have Miss Kim teaches also some beginning foundation paper piecing that's a little more intense. So if you've done the beginner, it's that next level. And of course we have an instructor, Karen, who teaches our Judy Niemeyer, which is definitely a next level foundation paper piecing. So we have all kinds of options to learn different levels and different styles of foundation paper piecing. And of course we've also had retreats. We have Giuseppe, who's known as Juicy Juice. He has a retreat coming in September. He just had one in March of his mini piecing. So there's a whole variety out there. And I would love for you guys to get comfortable in foundation paper piecing and then join us in all these just next level fun projects. So if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us. info@Quilting Mayhem. You can send comments, requests, class requests. I'm always looking for those. I will gladly do all kinds of fun class. I'm always trying to add more virtual classes for you guys, because I know not everybody can make it here. Not everybody's near our lovely town of Snohomish. So I am working on adding more virtual for you guys. But otherwise, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and TikTok, and signed up for our newsletter, because that's where you will stay up to date with all our latest products, classes, and events. We hope you have a lovely day, and keep on stitching.